Welcome in the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Benelux. We'll look at the first half of the 2016 season in this report. And we start off in Spa for the first round. As part of the 6 hours of Spa in the World Endurance Championship. And Koen Wouters is back.
Koen, opnieuw aan de start in de Porsche Cup.
Koen, back in the Porsche Cup. Why have you made that decision? Well, first of all, I have to race. I still love to do it. And I do it in the Porsche Cup because I find it nice that all cars are almost equal. There's no ABS, no traction control. So the skills of the driver is really important here. This year there's a big entry list again. There's a lot of competition probably. Yes, indeed. The Benelux competition I'm driving in has changed a lot since the first time I did. I think we have 17 or 18 cars, but we're driving together with the French in the Carrera Cup, which is another championship, but together with 30 Porsches on track. That's very interesting. And I love to be part of this.
Ja, de eerste race van het seizoen.
Yeah, first race of the season. You're starting in P3. How are you feeling? No, I have a good feeling. I'm at the front of the pack. We're very close to the first and second. Small differences, only 0.2 of a second from pole. I have to say, Cairoli is very quick at the front. He's been quickest in the free practice as well. So it will be tough to beat him. But in the end, we're trying to get a podium finish and try to control the tyre usage. A podium finish would be great, but second or first would be even better, of course.
Is meegenomen natuurlijk.
Several other competitors of the Benelux GT3 Cup Challenge, like this new one, Didier van Dalen, and we're off for the first race. 30 minutes of racing with Matteo Cairoli on pole position. And he has the best start. Matteo Cairoli is driving for the French Carrera Cup. The first of the Benelux competitors is Jaap van Lagen. Always a hectic start, and there's contact between Yannick Hogarth and one of the French guys. And that's the end of the race for Hogarth. Very unfortunate. The whole pack, almost 30 Porsches storming up Eau Rouge, and Dylan Derdal, who's missed free practice because he had to get back from Japan. Started from 16th, but he's climbing up the order rather quickly. And then there's a safety car for the incident at the start. The track has to be cleared. Very quickly we can get racing again with Cairoli still leading. Behind him Jaminet and then Jaap van Lagen. Always trying to take a shortcut somebody. It is Van Lagen. The 991 of DJ Van Dalen being pushed wide there at La Source. And here's Carlos Rivas. He had to start from the back, but he's one of the favorites in the B class. Dylan Derdale doing his utmost best to get to the front, passing Thomas Laurent here. Well, trying to pass Laurent, that is. A good fight at the front. Van Lagen taking a spot. And here's Derdale again, and there's contact with Laurent. Unfortunate contact with the blue Porsche of the Frenchman. And another place gained now for the Dala, passing Latour. And that's the end of the race. Victory for Cairoli overall. And there's a roll at the end there. Always unfortunate to end the race that way. So the end of the first race with an overall win for Cairoli from Jaap van Lagen in the GP lead Porsche. And Mathieu Jaminet in third. And these are the Benelux drivers. Van Lagen wins it then from Derdale, then Van Hover, Johan Schmidt-Stade in fourth, and DJ Van Dalen in fifth. More champagne for the winners of the Benelux Challenge. They still have to do the second race. And there's a lot to talk about over that first race.
Koen, een heel korte eerste race voor u.
Koen, a very short first race. Yes, I think it lasted 250 meters or something like that. First corner, I'm driving, and in front of me there had to be contact, and it was impossible for me to avoid that car. I couldn't go left, I couldn't go right, that was it. And while the drivers are preparing for the second race in the Spa, we'll take a look at the very luxurious Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Benelux hospitality. No better way to prepare for a race. Here's the GP Elite team. Best result then of the Benelux cars in the first race. And the fans are ready for that second race. The number 5 car is now driven by Dutch rally driver Kevin Abbring.
Didier, deuxième course du weekend.
DJ, second race of the weekend. How are you feeling? Well, it's I already feel very exceptional to be part of this. There's a lot of cars on the grid, and it's great racing. And I hope to be have a great race today as well. Yesterday was a very good race. Today will be more difficult. We're starting a bit further back. Second race then, another 30 minutes, and again it's Cairoli on pole position. Let's hope to get through the first corner without problem now. It's a good start again from Cairoli. And there's no incidents worth noting there. Abbring immediately under pressure from some of the French drivers. Here he is in the GP Elite car, being pushed by Mathieu Jaminet. Still first of the Benelux drivers though. There's a good fight going on there with Koen Wouters and Dylan Derdale fighting at La Source. Oh, and there's Lapierre trying to go to the inside. Not sure that's gonna work. No, that does not work. Not in a million years. And there's contact between the back of Wouters' car and the Porsche of Derdale. And Lapierre continues, but he ends up in the tires at Eau Rouge. And more contact here between two Benelux Porsches. That's Rivas and John Schmidt started, and we need a safety car again. And it's a finish and another win for Cairoli. And Derdale wins it in the Benelux.
Dylan, de tweede race, hoe was die?
Dylan, that second race, how was that for you? It was a bit of an incident at La Source. Yeah, it was very close with Koen Wouters, and then one of the French drivers, I think, was behind me. I'll try to overtake Koen at La Source, but then I tried to overtake him. Then I saw the French guy, and there was a bit of confusion on which side he was. So I let him some space, and not much, but I let him some space. And then he goes in the inside and then hits Koen, and then one of those cars hits me.
Eenmaal of twee raakt mij nog, dus ja.
And this is the damage on Koen Wouters' car.
Koen, een echt pechweekend voor jou.
Koen, a tough weekend for you. What happened in race 2? Well, I had a good start, and I didn't lose anything. I was leading the Benelux class, and of course I wanted to keep that spot. That worked out fine for 6, 7, 8 laps. And then I saw Dylan Derdale coming up, and I fighting my position. And then some crazy French guy just hit me in the back at La Source. I don't know what he was thinking. My race is over, his race is over. So it's pretty, yeah, it starts with an F. And these are the results for the overall classification. Abbring wins it from Derdale, then Hoogaerts, Van Hover in 4th, and Minna van der Grijspaarden in 5th. And the podium trophies. Abbring and Van Lagen were driving out of the championship, so Derdale gets it. And we stay in Spa for the second round of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Benelux. Now they're driving together with the Porsche GT3 Cup Central Europe. Again, an entry list of over 30 Porsches, so it will not be easy to get to the front. First of the Benelux drivers on the grid is Dylan Derdale. He's in 4th overall. As you can see, it's a slightly wet track, and we take the start with Jurgen van Hover. Trying to gain some positions, passing Hoogaerts there. Fighting with Alexandre Jouanem. Oh, and Jouanem, I think he misses a... Yeah, I think he must have missed a gear there, and there's an incident at the radio at the start. 4 or 5 cars into the wall. So there's a safety car for about 10 minutes. And then we can go back to racing. Here is the scene of the incident. You can see some cars on the right there. And there's another one a bit further back. There's no way you can race in these circumstances. Drivers caught out by the wet conditions. Safety car is almost coming in. Here it is. And Dylan Derdale, who has taken the lead in that opening lap, leads the field for the remaining time of this first race. Here is Siisakar leading the 997 Cup, the new division. And here is Jurgen van Hover fighting with one of the Central Europe drivers. That's Eisenman on his left, going through Combe. Oh, and there's contact. Van Hover is spun round by Eisenman. And that might cost him a lot of time. Cars passing by. Here's Derdale still leading the race overall, with the leader in the Central Europe Cup as well, Lucas. But they're both clever enough to know that they both win their race. And Dylan Derdale takes it. A great overall win for the youngster.
Dylan, heel goede start. Je start op P3.
Dylan, good race. You started in P3 and after half a lap you were already leading. It was very spectacular. It was during the start it started to rain immediately. And every corner it was different, and I was leading the race, so the other drivers could judge what I had to do by what I was doing, because I was the first to hit the spot if it was very wet. But I could go quickly or not, but it was fun. A safety car immediately. What happened? Yeah, at the start there was some cars in the wall there and in the Rouge, I think four of them, and a 10-minute safety car. And then we had a good race. In the Benelux classification, it's Derdale winning it from Pierre Piron, winning the B class, Romain de Geer in third, Hogarth in fourth, and Van der Grijspaarden in fifth. So here's the Benelux podium then, with Pierre Piron winning the B class and second in the Benelux classification.
Pierre, une belle victoire dans la classe.
Pierre, a great win in the class, but not easy this race. Exactly, it was a bit difficult at the start, but it was a slight rain, but it made the track very slippery. We were helped by the circumstances with some 5 or 6 cars getting out at the Rédillon. And after that I had the good tire pressure, so I could get to the front rather quickly. This is the end of part 1. See you after the break. Welcome back in Spa in Belgium for the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Benelux. We're at the second meeting of the 2016 season, the Spa Euro Race, which is driven together with the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Central Europe. And we're getting ready for the second 30-minute race. And it's another wet track, even though it's not really raining at the moment. And it's a good start from Alexander Jouanem in the green and white car there. Fighting with Dylan Pereira, who's driving in the Central Europe Cup. So not really of any importance for the Benelux division. And there's an incident there at Combe. Is that Koen Wouters again? Oh yes it is. The DVB driver is hit by trouble again and has to rejoin at the end of the pack. Great scrap at the front meanwhile, with Dylan Derdale losing some positions there. Here he is, the 99 car, winner of the first race. And here's Pereira missing his braking point. Eisenman takes the lead and Jouanem passes him as well. And then Dylan Pereira and Alexander Jouanem fighting hard for that first position. Oh, and another incident there. Some cars involved. Is he getting back on track? Oh no, he's avoided fortunately. Great racing here by Jouanem and Pereira. Fighting here one of the cup drivers there, the 268 of Suya Batmas. Fortunately can stay out of the gravel trap. Juanem still leading from Pereira. Pereira wants it on the inside here. That's Corber. Takes it. And then it's the last lap, and Dylan Nadal has rejoined the fight for the lead. And there's contact between the two Dylans, and they both go off. And it's Alexander Juanem who leads the race now and who takes the win, and no score for Dylan Nadal. That's very unfortunate, but a deserved win for Juanem, the Frenchman. And Willem Mulders takes 9th overall. Oh, he spins in the final corner. Spectacular way to finish a race. And here's Sjoerd Batmas and Oscar, two teammates in the final corner, making contact again. Not the smartest of moves, this. And here's the results in the Benelux classification. Juanem takes the win there. Jorn Schmidstad is second and winner of the B class from Roger Grauwels, Stefan Reekhoff and Yannick Hogarth. We're off to the Dutch track of Zandvoort now for the third round of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Benelux, the Porsche Racing Days meeting. As always, this is one of the highlights of the season, where every Porsche amateur can enjoy a weekend of racing, can take his car to the track, or he can join in the races like newcomers like John de Wilde.
Eerste jaar Porsche GT3 Cup, van waar die keuze?
First year in Porsche GT3 Cup, why did you choose for this championship? I love Porsches. I did my first race in Porsche Cup in Dubai, and I fell in love with the championship, and it grew from there out. We've done a couple of races. How's it going? Well, we're making a lot of progress. I think we're some 5 seconds quicker than last year, so that's going good. First race of 30 minutes again with the French Carrera Cup this time. First of the Benelux drivers is Dylan Nadal, gets the point for the pole position. Menno van der Grijspaarden in the number 4 Porsche there. Koen Wouters eager to get a good result. And we take the start with Koen Wouters, had to start from the back. And if you look closely at the front, there is an incident there between the two GP Elite cars. There's a lot of debris on track, difficult to get past there. And there on the left, the two GP Elite cars. A lot of damage to the car of Menno van der Grijspaarden. And that's the end of his race. It would be the end of his weekend as well. Very unfortunate for van der Grijspaarden. The cars get through the pit lane in safety car.
Wat gebeurde er?
What happened? Well, what happened was I saw another car hitting somebody. I even jumped up and he hit me. And I couldn't keep it. I went left into the wall. I spun around. And then I saw the other cars coming towards me and my teammate hit me. Yeah, very unfortunate. And the safety car continues for a while, but we can get some racing in as well once the debris has cleared. And here we are driving with Yannick Hogarth, trying to get to the front here. Passing Roger Grauwels. And now he's chasing Pierre Piron. And he indicates to Grauwels, let us get to the front together. Not lose time fighting. And it's a retirement for Dylan Nadal as well.
Dylan, schade aan de auto.
Dylan, damage to the car, what happened? Yeah, I went off in his schijfvlak in the first right understeer. I had some understeer. The car went off behind me as well, so maybe there was something on the track, I don't know. A lot of damage? No, just a bit. But this is not good for the championship, of course. I only get 1 point for pole position. And I lose a bit some points, but there's another race and I'll make it up then. Meanwhile, Yannick Hogarth is still chasing Pierre Piron. Here he is, heading towards Pierre Piron. He's gonna know that's contact, and he spins Pierre Piron round. No chance for Piron there. Koen Wouters, meanwhile, is heading for a first good result. Slaloming between other cars there. And here we are, and it's a win for Alexander Jouanem from Yannick Hogarth and Koen Wouters in third. Great win for the Frenchman. And a nice trophy that goes with it. Win then for Jouanem from Hogarth, Wouters in third, Wim Mulders in fourth, and Roger Grauwels in fifth.
Content de votre saison jusqu'à
Happy with your season up until now? No, not really. I hope the second half will be better. It's a new car, I have to get used to it, so I need to find the right setup. So no, I'm not really happy. We're in the middle of the pack, I hope to get better in the second half. The Porsche Hospitality in Zandvoort is placed in the inside of the Tarzan corner. So it's an excellent spot to relax, but also to see some great racing. And the Porsche owners get the opportunity to drive the mythical Dutch track. We're getting ready for the second race with best of the Benelux drivers is Alexander Jouanem from Dylan Derdale. And it's a bit of a hectic start there. And there's less incidents than in the first race. Here's Koen Wouters, who had his first good result of the season in the first race, and of course he wants to make a second good result here. Alexander Jouanem still leading the pack there. And Dylan Derdale has dropped some places. Koen Wouters is getting better, has taken the lead now in the Benelux Cup. He's being chased by Yannick Hogarth. Oh, and a small mistake here from the DVB racing driver. Tries to get back on track. Has not lost a place there, but I think Jouanem got past him. So he's in second now. Now he's being chased by Geoffrey Denarda of the French Carrera Cup. And it's the end of the race, and it's another win for Jouanem, who gets within 1 point now of championship leader Derdale. Great result for the Frenchman, taking a double. Koen Wouters second now, Romain de Geer in third, and Roger Grauwels in fourth, just in front of Jesse van Kijk. So it's a double for Alexander Jouanem in Zandvoort.
Deuxième course, deuxième victoire.
Second race, second win. Yeah, I'm surprised myself. I'm very happy. I started better to the front now. I had a good start and I controlled the race. It wasn't easy. The cars were difficult to drive today. So I had a good rhythm in the race. And I won some places, and there we are. I'm very happy. And these are the championship standings. Derdale still in the lead from Jouanem, and Grauwels is only 1 point behind. Dan Hogarth and Schmidstade in fifth. And it's time for a group picture now.
Première saison en GT3.
First season in GT3 Cup. How is it going? Well, it's a high level racing. It's a great car, the Porsche. I think it's a good championship to learn. And we're working hard to be at front. That was it from the first part of the GT3 Cup Challenge Benelux. See you after the summer.